Okay guys, Chris here, welcome back. We sell a lot of Pathos spear guns. I think it's probably one of the best pipe gun makers out there. The guys over at Pathos really do a lot of R&D on their stuff before putting them out to market, compared to a bunch of other companies who don't do that. So when you're buying a Pathos spear gun, you can kind of rest assured that the thing's gonna work, and it's gonna work really well. So yeah, as you can see, we have a ton of them. I kind of wanted to go over the lineup that we have. I don't have all of their models, but these are the ones that sell the best, and I think that are perform the best. So first, I want to go over the Pathos Sniper. I think it's their best gun, in my opinion. When I first picked this gun up, I thought I was going to have to kind of modify the bands, as you often have to do to fit your style. But this thing was the most balanced, with the most power of any gun I've ever shot before. So let's go over this one. All right, they come in all different sizes. I think 75, 85, 95, up to like 135. The Pathos Sniper is not a round barrel. It's kind of a cuttlefish looking barrel, which means it's a little bit more on the wider side than just a tubular kind of a barrel. So the reason that they make it a little bit wider, so it tracks through the water really efficiently, and it's acts a little bit more for stability when you're shooting the gun. So let's start from the shaft. All Pathos shafts really don't stick out far from the muzzle, and this is kind of ideal. 6 inches, I think, maybe at the most is what you want. Flopper is really kind of close to the muzzle. And the reason for that is you don't want a lot of shaft whip as the shaft's going out. So I think that's really well thought out. I think these guys are probably one of the first to start doing this out of all the spear guns I used to sell. The next thing you'll see is a double band muzzle. Each band has its own slot, and they have some guides here that actually pull the band up and back. So it provides a true straighter shot as the shaft comes out of the track. Now the track is an enclosed track on these guys, so the shaft's pretty snug in there. It's not really moving side to side, up and down. As you can see, this side's a little bit more open, but at about right here and back, it's all kind of enclosed. And next, you'll kind of see the shape of that barrel. It's that kind of cuttlefish wider design. Has some ridges, so I don't know, maybe that helps with some hydrodynamics or something. But like I said, these guys really think it out really well. The cool thing about this gun is, as you come to the back, you can see they've slapped a ballast piece on here. We do sell these, and you can put these on your pipe guns that you have if you want to play with these. What this does, it acts as as a ballast. It kind of distributes that power after you've shot the gun, so the gun doesn't whip up or kind of move side to side. It just makes for some really super accurate shots. It's incredible. All Pathos guns have three notches. This is the cheater tab. The roller guns you'll see will have a cheater tab a little bit further up. Has spot for our Spear Pro or Pathos reels. If you want a reel to slap on there, pretty easy. Now they have upgraded their trigger in the last couple of years to all of the Pathos guns now have a side line release. If you had one before, you'll remember that little line release was kind of straight up and down. You can move this line release to the left or to the right if you want, just like you could with that pin before. But I like that they've done this. They've revamped the trigger a little bit, so it's seems to me it's just a smoother shot, a smoother trigger release. As you kind of pull on the trigger. All the Pathos have what I refer to as a reverse trigger mech. So it's as far back as it can go. Basically, it's loading into where you're holding on to the handle. So by doing that, by shortening the trigger and the contact point of the shaft, you can move the pins back further, so you get a little bit more power. The older guns, you would see that the notches or pins would be a little bit further away from the trigger. The little butt, these handles are interchangeable if you want to have a righty grip or a lefty grip. Basically, you're just going to pop that pin out, pull the handle off, and replace the righty or lefty if you want. If you're left-handed or right-handed, if you want that kind of contoured grip feel. But yeah, I think these sniper guns are the way to go if you want the most accurate gun. Pull it off the shelf, head to the water, not have to mess with anything, and you probably never will. The last thing I'll say is they're newer kind of Pathos bands. They just seem to last a little bit longer than the other ones did, and have a ton of power. I don't know. Not sure where they get them, but it all works as far as I'm concerned. This would be the choice. Not the cheapest gun, but the most accurate gun is right here in my hands. Okay guys, next we have here in the lineup are the Pathos rollers. They do have others, but these are the ones that sell the best, and I think are probably the most functional and accurate. This in my left hand is the Sniper R, the Sniper roller. So we went over the Sniper Speargun. So it has that kind of cuttlefish barrel, that little bit wider barrel. If you want that. If you don't, then you can just go with their Pathos Carbon Laser, which is their carbon fiber barrel, but it's a circular tubular barrel. The features are similar, so I'm going to go over those, but I just wanted to show you what we offer here, what Pathos offers is in their roller lineup, and you can kind of make your decision. Price-wise, these are similar. It just depends on kind of what you want to spend. But yeah, like I said, features are the same. These guns are incredibly accurate for roller spear guns, and I think they're probably the most versatile, functional roller spear gun out there, and I'm going to show you why. So here I have the Pathos Sniper R, their roller. Again, it's that wider cuttlefish design. These are not carbon fiber, but it's an aluminum, but it's just a little bit wider. Again, easier for tracking and keeping that stability when the shaft flies out. Again, that shaft sticking out only a few inches is what you want, especially with a roller. These are single rollers. I've had a couple customers retrofit them with double rollers, so you can do that. But they come standard with that single roller. And enclosed track. You can see the roller guns have this cheater tab, I call it. So I'm going to show you how this comes into play in a second. But these roller guns also come with what I call a kicker band. You don't need this, but it's good to have that extra power if you want to. But the nice Pathos roller bands that it comes with are plenty of power. I guess if you want to, longer, the bigger guns, maybe the 110, 105s, and 115s, you can get a lot more power if you have this kicker band applied. But how I want to show you what makes this gun unique is it has 3 notches to where you can put your roller band. I don't know if any other roller gun that does that. Basically, your roller band is going to be fixed somewhere on the bottom of your gun, and you're not going to be able to move that. So your band is always on tension, the roller band. Say if I'm out and I have this gun and I see a smaller fish, I'm obviously not going to load it onto this third notch back here. It's just going to be way too much power. So yeah, you can just kind of choose. And I just like to have those options, you know, if you have a smaller fish or a bigger fish, and then I don't have to swim around with the band fully on full tension. So this band's going to last a little bit longer, as far as I'm concerned, if I just keep it on this notch right here. But yeah, the versatility I think is key. So how I do this is I'll take it off whatever notch, and I actually load the top first. So I'll pull the band all the way through the roller. And it has actually 1 or 2 cheater tabs. So I'll actually pull this band back to this cheater tab. So I'm loading the top first, and I'll flip the gun over, and I'll pull the band through to the notch that I want. It just makes things a lot easier as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, it's just a little bit of kind of getting used to that. Load the top first, flip it around, do the bottom. Yeah, just moving on down the gun, you have a place for a reel if you want to put that, you know, one of the Spear Pro reels or the Pathos reel. The handle again is interchangeable. You just pop that pin out, lefty, righty grip, contoured grip. That upgraded reverse trigger mech with the side line release, you can move that to right or left. This one has a safety. On and off, simply push it in and out. But yeah, one of the best roller guns out there as far as I'm concerned. Comes smaller if you want it, 75s I believe, 85s all the way up to 135s, something like that if you want to do some blue water action with it. Both of these, the carbon laser roller Pathos. So I want to show you that's the next couple in this Pathos lineup. Here we have the next in our lineup. This is their basic Pathos laser spear gun. Comes in, I think, 60 centimeters on up to 130. This is a circular barrel aluminum. The Pathos guys, again, doing their R&D, they kind of have a coating on their barrel, so it kind of, you know, it's not scratch resistant, but it helps, you know, when you're banging up your gun, doesn't get, you know, too muffed up. These lasers have a single hole muzzle. You have 2 bands that will, 2 16 mil, you know, fat bands that are going to fit inside there. Again, the shaft ideally placed. It's just one of the best kind of pipe guns I think that are out there. They really think it through and do a lot of research before putting it out. You have your standard 3 tabs, safety here, reverse trigger mech. The cool things about these lasers is the handle. This is for a righty, so it's a contoured grip. It kind of fits into your palm really nicely. We have lefties if you want to switch it out. They have different colors now, red, or they have just a basic universal handle if you want to put that on there. But there's a pin right there. You just take a punch and pop that pin out, and this part comes off, and you can just put any handle that you want on there. So yeah, just a real quick overview of this one. Okay, last in the Pathos lineup that we have today is the kind of newer gun, their Laser Evo. This is a carbon barrel. I think they make these in aluminum, these Evos in aluminum if you want them, but primarily it's carbon. The reason, it's just a nicer gun, really. The carbon absorbs these bands really well. They used to come with white bands, now it can be white or gray or whatever you want. The cool thing about, the new thing about these guys is their muzzle. You can see each band has its slot, and they have a contoured area for when the band's loaded. It actually comes up and back, which is what you want, because that actually will fly the shaft out really nicely straight out. Has a couple areas for your monofilament as you wrap it around. So this muzzle is different than the other Pathos muzzles. I think it's just a little bit more on the heavy duty side, if you will. Coming down, you have just your standard Pathos stuff. with all as all the other guns do. Three notches, your safety, reverse trigger with the line release that can be moved right or left, and the handle that can come off. The other thing that they've done is they've added a little bigger butt onto these guns. The Pathos, the other, like the laser, the butt's a little bit smaller, so a little bit broader loading butt, which is nice as far as I'm concerned. A little bit easier to load while you're in the water. But yeah, the latest and greatest from Pathos, your laser carbon Evo. Come by, swing by, check it out. Nice to see you guys.